ready. This is going to be exciting.
And we got a car restarts up to go. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Just a few laps into this. Oh, the 37's getting loose. Oh, and he saves it. Oh, they're going 3 wide.
We've got a 5-way fight for the win of this race coming to 4 laps to go. He's gonna win it here in spectacular fashion.
Under the lights in Music City, it all comes down to this one final race, one last chance to leave your mark on the season. Tonight, the drivers are going to be taking on a unique concrete oval of Nashville Superspeedway, a track that really will call out for tire wear, possibly long green flag runs, and maybe we might have some late restart fireworks in the end. We'll see, as this is the final race for the Foundation Series. My name is Samuel Yosef, Scout Daily in the booth. Mike Browning is on my right. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Got a little bit of hay fever, so I might lose my voice tonight. But to counteract that, I do have myself a nice tall glass of some Buffalo Trace to really bring in the Nashville spirit. So it's going to be a good night. Everything's led up to this. It's going to be exciting.
Well, I'm jealous of you, but let's take a look at the track map. Like I said, it's a unique 1.3 mile track with this concrete oval, one of the fastest concrete ovals on the NASCAR circuit. Some people hate it. Some people love it. We'll see how it's going to turn out. It's going to be an interesting time today looking at the race analysis. 100 laps for these drivers. Last race in this next gen car. Pit road speeds at 45. If you watch the Foundation or the Warrior Series, we saw a few drivers get black flags for that pit entry. So we'll see 3 tire sets available, 2 green white checkered attempts if we need it, 100% fuel. So these drivers have up to 70 laps on their car, but I'm pretty sure they'll come down probably halfway through to get some fresh rubber. We'll see and what that happens. Track temp is 150 degrees, Mike. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be doing a fuel strategy tonight. It's going to be all tire strategy. And I assume that every driver on the track tonight is going to use all 3 of those sets.
Yeah, I would too. The clock is counting down. I'm hearing the sirens. It sounds like we're going to have our final pole position winner presented by Jam Printing and Promotions. And that's going to no other than Levi McCarty making a late appearance in the season. He'll start on pole with Wesley Burke in second. Starting in third, we have Dylan Simmons, the hot runner, winner of our previous Warrior Series race last night. And in fourth, we'll have Jason Christen, our points leader, coming into the night. Starting in fifth, we have Jamie Lipke, the other championship contender. It's going to be nice to see those 2 drivers go at it. And Dave Calvert will start in sixth. Starting in seventh, we have Charles Abert. He has a slim chance of winning if both those other drivers I mentioned were to have an incident. And Nate Cotilla starting in eighth. Starting in ninth, we have Thaddeus Friel, the impersonator junior. And in 10th, we have DJ Patterson.
Starting 11th place can be the number 52 of Matt Weavers. And in 12th place, the number 80 of Kevin Price. 13th is going to be the 022 of Nick Trussell. 14th is going to be the 43 of Brock Price. 15th is, well, it's not going to be me. But in 16th is the number 68 of Darren Price. 17th is Hayden Muir in the 84. 18th place is going to be the 9 of Gary Duff. And that is going to round out your field for tonight.
Can't help but notice you were in that grid. Are we having an in-car reporter tonight?
Well, I kind of clicked the wrong button, so I did turn some laps, and I can promise you that I wouldn't have gotten much higher than that. It's a tough track. This car is very, very tight, and I heard a lot of people talking about moving some stuff around that they are able to change. So, gonna be interesting to see what these guys have done to the limited ability they have in the setups to make this car work better for them.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting run. We'll see how this goes. Drivers are now falling off pit road. We'll see how the race will begin. Nice little shot of these drivers coming off of pit road. Appreciation to all these drivers for what they've done all season, but it's going to come down to the final race to determine our champion for the inaugural Lincoln Tech Foundation Series. Jason Kristen, our points leader, he was up 11 points coming into this race. And in second would be Jamie Lipke. If you remember last week, Jamie Lipke had an opportunity to cut the lead down to 5 points, but late cautions caused that to flip at the end, and Jason Kristen was able to nullify the points gain by Jamie Lipke. We'll see how this race will turn out. It's a hot track. It's a hot concrete surface. The pace car is going down into the pit lane. It's Levi McCarty to lead us to the final green lap of this season, and we are green in Nashville.
A little bit of a spread out start, but McCarty and Burke are going to go in. Oh, Burke's going to get right up alongside there on the outside of Levi McCarty.
Yeah, Burke on the high side with the cold tires right now. This is the best opportunity to push those cars to its limit before everybody settles in. The Premier Racing setup driver of Wesley Burke looking to make gains. Oh, hits the wall on exit. That's going to allow Levi McCarty to get clear. Looks like Trading Paints now wants to work. So here we go, folks. You'll now see the paints of these cars. Levi McCarty in his 18. It's going to show up at some point. It's still the blue car, and I know maybe that is his paint. We're not sure, but it looks like Trading Paints is now working, Mike.
I was getting a little confused. I was trying to figure out who was running where, because you get so used to seeing these guys and their cars that they have for every week, and you just when they look different, you have no idea who anybody is.
Yeah, looking at these drivers, it looks like the cars are already loose 3 laps in.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed running some laps here with these guys is that it is extremely pushy if you get in too hard, but if you're trying to power out, it gets very, very loose on exit, and that's just going to come down to the tire saving. You can do all of that, but you're just going to, a little bump there from Wesley Burke onto McCarty, and he shoots up to the outside as Dylan Simmons gets up underneath him. They kind of single file back in the line here, and Jamie Lipke pulls onto the inside of Jason Kristen. That's their battle for the points lead.
Well, not really battle for the points lead. Jamie Lipke essentially would have to win tonight's race, or Jason Kristen would have to finish outside of the top 9, with Jamie Lipke finishing in the top 2 to get the championship. So these drivers that we're looking at, Jason Kristen and Jamie Lipke, teammates as well. So this is a teammate battle for the championship with their other teammate, Wesley Burke, as he cuts the nose of Levi McCarty. Very aggressive move by Wesley Burke. He's able to get ahead. We have a new leader in the 04, Wesley Burke, Dylan Simmons. Whoa.
Little bump, another bump. He's being very aggressive here, and that's kind of what you have to do. You want to take advantage of these tires before they get all wore out. And these guys are making some pretty aggressive moves so far up front. And Jamie Lipke goes to the outside, Jason Kristen, as Simmons continues to just work the rear end of McCarty. Oh, he spins it!
Oh, he did spin it!
Oh, right into Jamie Lipke!
That was something in the making. We saw it happening. As you said, Mike, the bumping was growing. And I'm not trying to say something that will be clipped later in the general chat, but there was a lot of contact for Levi McCarty, and Dylan Simmons will take the instant replay on it. Dylan Simmons just right on the bumper of Levi McCarty. I'm sure Levi McCarty does not appreciate the amount of hits that he was taking from Dylan Simmons. Going into 3 and 4, And I think Dylan Simmons is just going to move. It's the bump and run, but it's not a clean bump and run. And our championship contender, Jamie Lipke, also getting involved in, a little more contact for Levi McCarty. I know he has a fast repair that he can take, but already championship implications in that wreck with Jamie Lipke getting hit. So that's going to send her to the back of the field. Darren Price as well, getting a meatball after his contact with, you can see that right front not even moving. That knuckle is completely broken.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Darren there. It didn't look like a heavy contact there. He definitely got the worst end of that because Levi's car doesn't look anywhere as damaged as his does right now, but that wheel is definitely stuck. So he's going to have to use that fast repair, which is unfortunate when you're only on lap 7 of 100.
Yeah, it's still a long race for those drivers, especially Jamie Lipke. Wesley Burke, our leader currently, made an aggressive move to get in front of Levi McCarty. Maybe Levi wasn't able to get the car under him. Wesley Burke did hit the wall a couple of times. And talking with Wesley Burke last week after Texas, he was not looking forward to this race here at Nashville as he has some network issues. So it looks like he's trying to get out ahead of it, try to control the lead from here as he has Dylan Simmons now right behind him, who's going to start on his outside lane, as it looks like Wesley Burke will elect for the inside lane restart. It's going to be an interesting battle. Dylan Simmons lost the win here for the Warrior Series a couple weeks ago. And he also lost, I think he won this race for the Grand National Series. This is his third attempt at this track. I'm sure he wants to get 2 out of 3 for the Summer Series before we come to a close.
Yeah, Dylan definitely has a lot of pace. We know Wesley Burke also has a lot of pace just from me and you running with him in other series and past seasons. So this is shaping up to be and they both are very aggressive. So it's shaping up to be something pretty exciting, as these two guys they don't care about roughing up the front bumpers. So are they going to play nice with each other, or are they going to kind of start roughing each other up a little bit? Because Charles Abert is right behind along Jason Christen right there. So, I mean, it's a long shot to win this championship as long as Jason just continues to be his consistent self. But a lot of stuff playing out so far.
Yeah, I mean, the championship battle has completely flipped on its head. Jamie Lipke is now sitting back in 16th. This might be a good time for Jamie Lipke to become the tire whisperer and save those tires. Wesley Burke has elected for the high side. I was wrong. I thought he was going low, but he went high. He still has his network issues, but we'll see how he does with this restart. Dylan Simmons, we've already seen him do a bump and run and take out one car. We'll see how it is if Wesley Burke gets ahead. Into the extreme scoring restart zone is Wesley Burke, and we're off again here at Nashville.
And a little bit of rear wheel slip there from Dylan Simmons, and Wesley Burke is going to clear on the outside. He's got a long ways ahead of it right now. Charles Abert going on the outside of Dylan Simmons. He's got a run.
Yeah, Dylan Simmons does have a run. He gets clear of Charles Abert and Jason Christen. So all sights ahead on Wesley Burke. Dylan Simmons, very aggressive on these early laps. He is known as a driver who is able to extract as much as he can from the car in the early laps. If you've seen him in other series, I wouldn't be surprised in the next lap or two if he decides to get close to Wesley Burke and see if he could put some pressure, or if he backs off just for now. Oh, he goes a little high, almost hits the wall.
He's very aggressive on the exits, and it's losing him a little bit of time as Burke's able to pull out just a little. So he's very aggressive on entry, and it looks like he's tight on exit, and that's kind of causing this yo-yo effect in and out of the corners.
Yeah, these drivers trying to find their space. I think that was Dave Calvert in the background, just trying to keep the car under him. We'll see how it goes on.
Patterson sideways and saves it.
Oh, there he goes. DJ Patterson, I know he doesn't like this car sometimes. Had his hands full at Indianapolis for the Warrior Series last night. Looks like his hands are full again, but great job saving that. Now Brock Price on the inside in the 43. able to take that P8 position. DJ Patterson will fall back to ninth, and Kevin Price, the other Price of this race, is now in P10, having some pressure now from Levi McCarty. And you see Jamie Lipke right there in the background. What a switchback right there by Duff. Did not even see him right there.
Yeah, a huge push by Weber's there, and he's able to sneak back down to the inside on the crossover and get up underneath McCarty. So good run for him right here.
Wait, is that Matt Weber's?
In the Ghost, I think the Ghostbusters car is Weber's.
Oh, yeah.
And the 9 is Gary Duff. So that's Duff. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Duff pulled the crossover there. But Jamie Lipke is trying to work on Duff right now and keep up with Levi McCarty. If there's one person that you want to follow through the field, Jamie wants to follow that 118.
Yeah. Oh,
got sideways.
Back right off. Somebody in the infield. Hayden Muir. You could see that inner tire pointing outwards. He probably smacked the wall on the grass. Let's take the instant replay right here, Mike. And, just looks like he loses the car on exit. Oh.
Yep. You have a huge push on exit. And as these tires go away, you're going to start getting that push on exit if you give it a little too much mustard on the entrance there.
Got no contact grip for that tire right there. He's able to make it to the pit, so we stay green. Starting on lap 15 here, Wesley Burke in the lead, Dylan Simmons in second, Charles Aber in third, Jason Kristen, our championship leader, sitting in fourth, and Thaddeus the impersonator Friel is sitting in fifth place right there. And Thaddeus, I always sing his praises. He's improved so much. Seeing him in these races now, he's become a well-rounded driver, especially in the next gen. I think I'm gonna have to be worried about him when I'm running in the fall series that's coming up in a few weeks. He might be somebody who might take away positions from me.
Yeah, Thaddeus has made a lot of improvements, especially on car control. I followed him for quite a few laps last night in the Warrior series, and he's definitely got a lot of speed. I think he's just kind of playing the strategy game right now, just kind of hanging behind Kristen. He can still see the leaders up ahead of him, so not really much need to push right now. So just kind of make it through these first round of pit stops, which I think if it were me, I'd be about halfway through this first pit run to get off these old tires.
Yeah, we may see some drivers do that as we see Jamie Lipke now trying to get past DJ Patterson. Jamie Lipke involved in that earlier accident with Levi McCarty, who's ahead of DJ Patterson right there. So both those drivers trying to get back up to the front. Jamie Lipke had the opportunity to be in front of Jason Kristen for the championship. But with that early accident, it's going to be a tough battle for her to get back up to the front. She needs the win tonight, and she needs to have a more than an 11-point difference between her and Jason Kristen in position standings. We'll try to update you as the race goes on, but this battle will heat up when we get closer to the end.
Yeah, right now they're running about half a second off their fastest laps from the race. So Jamie's going to have to try. I don't think that you can just drive up through the field. She's back in 10th right now. She's going to have to try something different. You can't just do what the leaders are doing because there's just not really enough difference in pace between the leaders and where she's at. But it'll be interesting to see how she finishes this thing out because we all know she's got a lot of speed and she's definitely going for it right now.
Yeah, definitely going for it indeed. We'll keep checking back in for between Jamie Lipke and Jason Kristen's championship battle. But Dylan Simmons hasn't really been able to make any progress on Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke, for a driver who doesn't like this track, and I'm probably going to stop talking about Wesley Burke because he insists that I give him a commentator's curse the more I talk about him in a race. He's doing pretty well. He has the lead so far.
And they're continuing to kind of stretch that gap to Charles Aber in third place. But every time we go on to these two, Dylan Simmons continues to be about half a lane higher on exit, really using up all the track. But is that because he's trying to use all the track, or is he pushing extremely hard and tight on exit? So he still comes up a few car lengths on the entrance, and he's losing all that speed on the exit.
Yeah, Wesley is definitely backing up the corner, trying to control the pace through corner entry. and then is able to rocket out the corner a lot better than Dylan Simmons. The lines are pretty similar, but these are the fine margins that determine if you're going to be a first or second when you have a battle this close. Dylan Simmons, if you watched yesterday's Warrior Series race, he was able to inherit the lead after a pit road mistake by the leader of Patrick Drabick. Maybe he'll go 2 for 2 tonight on something like that happening.
Yeah, and in Wesley's position, if this isn't your favorite track and you're out front leading, you just run laps. You're not trying to push it. You know that this isn't suited best for you. So if he can continue to lead laps out front and grow his confidence just running laps, I mean, Simmons is going to have a little bit of a tough time getting up to him.
Yeah, Wesley Burke is a factory driver for Premier Racing setups. They're pretty good with what they do and able to get their drivers up to speed on how these cars handle. So Wesley Burke does have the experience and training to really irk this car out to its maximum and try to control Dylan Simmons behind. He's gained a 10th in that last lap. So he's starting to pull away just a little bit. Slow gains between Burke and Simmons. As you can see right there, he's gained another 10th off corner exits. So it's the strategy that Wesley Burke is doing right now is starting to pay dividends, or we may be seeing Dylan Simmons. Oh, he goes a little wide on entry. Car getting a lot more tighter for him. So we may see Wesley Burke start to pull away from Dylan Simmons now.
Yeah, that's the bad part about this car is if you push it in too deep, you're not making those adjustments on the brake bias. You start pushing up wider and wider, you start using more tire, and it's just going to keep compounding until you finally figure it out. And by then it might be too late. So Simmons, we got Weber's coming into pit road. I couldn't tell if he was doing that on purpose or if he had an incident.
Yeah, I can't really. We'll take an instant replay. Weber's looks like he locked it up on entry and bent that. His left tire seems messed up as well. It looks like he hit the wall a couple of times. And now he's going to come in and try to get a fast repair or get that damage replaced. Unlucky for him, but we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, if you're going to do it to yourself, that's the best place to do it so you can still get it on pit lane. So lucky for him in one aspect.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for him, but great to see him out here. Looking at our championship leader right now, Jason Kristen. He's been doing exactly what he needs to do all season, as we see him right here. Consistent driving, staying in the top 5, keeping the car clean, not being involved in any incidents. Almost saw his life flash before him when Levi McCarty spun in turn 4, but was able to get past that. And he's just smooth sailing. Doesn't really have anything to worry about. Charles Aber is a slight threat. Only 15 points behind in the point standing, but where they're sitting right now, we're maybe looking at our future champion right here in Jason Kristen.
Yeah, he's only running about, let's see, that last lap he was a 30.9 and our lead was a 30.8, so he's not really that far off pace, and he's actually starting to close back in on Charles Aber.
Yeah, the lap car of Nick Trussell slowing down Charles Aber on corner entry, allowing Jason Kristen to catch back up. Oh,
big hit there.
Nick Trussell hitting the wall right there. Is he going to slide back up?
Come back up
He does. No!
Right into Calvert.
No, that is not what we want to see.
And it's still not going to bring out the caution.
Yeah, that doesn't bring out the caution. We'll see if race control has anything to do with that. Yeah, Nick Trussell just trying to find his way back to pit lane.
Oh, we almost caught Brock Price there too.
Not just Brock Price. I'm very surprised that iRacing didn't trigger the yellow flag with him sliding back up to pit lane. Looks like Dave Calvert now getting into pit lane to repair his damage after getting caught up in something that he wasn't part of. Unlucky for them. But let's get back to our leader. We're starting lap 31. Wesley Burke is really dominating now. Almost a second lead for him. I mean, he told me he hated this track. Doesn't look like that from right here.
Yeah, I think he was just goating you into talking about him because he's pretty much putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. I told him that he was lying to me when he said that he doesn't like this track. So we'll see. It's early pickings right now, but it's great runnings by him. He's running he's running a little less than Dylan Simmons that last lap. That says 4 seconds. He didn't go that fast. He ran a 30.8 last lap. So we'll see, but he's holding a 1 second gap right now. Jamie Lipke up to 7th, only 3 positions away from Jason Kristen, able to sit behind Levi McCarty. Now, Levi McCarty and Jamie Lipke they've already pitted. From my understanding, they pitted near the end of lap 10, I believe. I would have to double check.
Like seven or 8 was when that caution came out. So probably 8 or 9 is when they pit.
Yeah, they might be good on fuel now. Like we know that the tank can hold 70 laps, 70 to 80 laps, and they burnt about 10. So if they filled it back up, they might be close to being good. They might have to make one more pit stop, but it's going to be a short pit stop just for a quick splash and dash. It might play out into Jamie Lipke's favor if this race continues on green.
Yeah, let's see that we're about 34 laps in. So the fastest lap for Wesley Burke was a 30.4. His last lap was a 30.8. So not a ton of tire fall off like we kind of maybe thought at the beginning of the race. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking that Jamie was going to have to do a 2-stopper, but maybe something crazy can happen and she can outrun all these other drivers and get up to the front. Yeah, she's only about 7/10 behind Levi McCarty, so they're going to be on the same strategy. I think whatever Levi does, Jamie's going to probably do. Would just make the most sense.
Yeah. And in the chat, they're asking, is there a race control? For the summer series, there is no race control. It's all controlled by iRacing, which is what shocks us in that iRacing didn't throw the yellow for a car going into the infield and coming back out on track and slowing up. So that really sucks to see Dave Calvert get caught up in that. He's 2 laps down now after that incident. So unfortunate, but we'll see if he'll get his laps back.
Yeah, I think Dave was having a pretty good race there. I couldn't tell where he was, but I think he was at least in the top 10. So it was a good race for him. Just got caught up in somebody else's bad luck. And unfortunately for him, he's just going to have to put in some laps and see how this thing finishes out.
Yeah, that's racing right there. You could be having a great race and something out of your control ends your race as is. But I'm sure Dave Calvert will be able to get up his laps if there are yellows. I think Darren Price is the lucky dog right now, but we'll see what happens there. Nate Cotilla, fresh new paint scheme for Nate Cotilla right there, looking good. Almost patriotic theme. Oh, it's a ghost theme actually. So looks like a little rocket pop flavor. Gets a little loose. He touched the apron right there.
Yeah, he got super loose coming down. He didn't quite commit to the apron, and it kind of kicked him up, and Kevin Price is going to get around him. So good run for Kevin Price too.
Yeah, Kevin Price, he's been running in this Foundation series since the beginning. And I've never really seen him in the next gen car until we had the Warrior series and the Foundation series come about. But he's been showing real great progress, especially going from only 2 races in each class until we've gotten to this point. Final race, Nick Trussell on the high side, just trying to avoid this traffic.
Oh, super close. Brock almost got him too. Nick's just trying to stay out of the way. And sometimes when you're looking in rear view mirror, you forget to look out the windshield. Yeah. Got a little bit squirrely on the exit there.
Yeah, Nick Trussell's really learning the limits of his car right now. And I used to be like him as well with this next gen car. It's very hard to learn if you're not really comfortable with it, especially on a difficult track like this. The braking, the shifting, if you're not used to it, you're gonna get screwed over pretty quickly with it. But looking at Jason Kristen, our points leader, sitting in fourth place, he's been pretty comfortable sitting behind his other championship rival of Charles Abert, our current, who just won the ARCA Summer Series championship. So he already has his championship locked up. He's sitting at 15 points behind Jason Kristen on another potential championship. But seeing the championship leader behind you probably isn't a good feeling when you're trying to get a championship.
Yeah, and Thaddeus Friel is hanging out right there, but after that, McCarty's 3 seconds back from Friel, Jamie's 4 seconds back after that, and then a big gap to Price. So Jason basically just has to finish and get it home right now, and he's got this thing locked up. But as we've seen, nothing's guaranteed. You never know what's going to happen, and that's kind of the beauty of this series is a lot of different skill levels. You just got to try and sometimes it's better be lucky than good, actually. Coming back up here, we got Dylan Simmons. Oh, super loose on the exit there. Don't ever say that Dylan's not driving hard because he puts that rear end out every single lap. I don't know how he keeps any tires on, to be honest. Get an in-car here of Dylan Simmons coming across the finish line. He's not going down to the apron like we've seen some people doing in a few laps before. A little bit higher, actually, in the middle, and then he comes down to the bottom. A lot smoother exit there on 2.
Great shot of what he's doing in the car. Right here is when you shift down. That Crackleberry yellow strip is your gas up point for the car. Go! Fighting the rear end, pushing out of the
now
corner.
He's at the bottom.
Right here, brake, you shift down. In between these blue strips is when you start to pick up, roll through the corner, try to get a good exit. He's really fighting loose off. That rear end is not appreciating the power that he's putting down. Braking at that sign. And once again, that Cracker Barrel yellow strip is your gas up point with this car. Let's see if he has a better corner exit theory. Yes, he does. So he's learned his lesson after that last lap.
Yeah, he's not putting a ton of wheel into it on these corners. He's very, very smooth. He's not really jerking on it too bad, but he's just so loose off, and that's probably just from lighting up the rear tires one too many times.
Yeah, let's take a look at Wesley Burke in car camera, see the difference between first and second. Wesley Burke dealing with some lap traffic, so he does have some dirty air, but looking at his entry into turn 1, simple entry shifts before getting in. Dirty air really hampering his exit. Tight on exit, but with seeing Dylan Simmons in clean air and loose, maybe the car being tight isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, this Darren Price in front of him and our classic Wesley Burke blink out for a little bit. That seems to be kind of common for Wesley. But he's putting in some solid laps. I thought he was going to lose a lot more time there behind Darren getting tight, but he's actually pulled out a 10th or 2 more.
No, I mean, Wesley Burke, as you can see, once again, he blinks out again. Oh, hope we don't lose him this race. His internet's not really working with him tonight. We're about to be halfway through. And, Nick Trussell.
Trussell up against the wall again.
And Trussell just trying to survive out there. Kudos to him for continue on. Some drivers would just immediately log off saying this is too hard. He's really out here trying to learn how to drive this car. So kudos to him. Wesley Burke able to get past, so he's being cautious. Oh, Nick Trussell loose on exit.
Well, that's one of the things with this series. We have a ton of different skill levels. Everybody knows that. So when you come up on lap traffic, you kind of plan for that, right? So you know who you're riding around. We do it week in and week out, and everybody's trying to stay out of the way. Nobody wants to take out the leader. So good job by Nick to just put in laps, continue to do the work and see how the car feels and continue to get better.
Yeah, we're halfway through the race. All the way through the top 5, hasn't pitted. 3 lead changes so far, 1 caution. Levi McCarty was our pole sitter. Wesley Burke has been leading, and Wesley Burke will pit right at lap 50. Will he be? It looks like he'll be fine. Nothing, no lockups or anything. So our leader down into the pits. We know the undercut is powerful around here. Dylan Simmons now put in a position where he's going to have to do the overcut. Will he stay out longer? The longer he stays out with Wesley Burke on fresh tires, the easier it will be for Wesley Burke to get past once again. Doesn't look like what Dylan Simmons is going to pit. No, he is pitting. He saw the, no, he's not.
He's going to keep going. I just going to say, it's almost, now that Wesley has pit, Dylan has to make the decision pretty quickly if he's just going to try and run this thing and hope for a caution, or try to run Wesley down towards the end. So, I mean, we're still really not that far off, half a second, a little bit more per lap. So there is a possibility he could run him down later in the race. Oh, DJ's got a meatball here. He's going to struggle to get into the pits.
I wonder what caused the meatball. We'll try to get a replay
so close,
of that.
right in front of Abert and Kristen.
Going on the instant replay. DJ Patterson coming through turn 1. Wonder if he got real tight and just smacked the wall on exit. Going through. Not really sure what happened to him. Something broke, or
interesting.
You know what? I think he has a meatball because he has worn out his tires. The infamous meatball flag from iRacing is telling him, hey, buddy, your tires are at 3%. You got to pit.
I have had 1 or 2 meatball flats in my time, so I know how he feels. But he's that's not a good feeling when you're getting a meatball for a flat tire. You know you've been cheese grating the right front.
Yeah, the concrete surface really showing what it does. Wesley Burke is out on track, running about a 30.7. We're looking at our leader, Dylan Simmons. Gary Duff now into the pits as well. So Gary Duff had a meatball as well, actually, Mike. So a lot of drivers really reaching their maximum on tire life with this car.
That's an interesting little tidbit of information, because as these guys continue to run laps, will they get a meatball flat? Because it's starting to happen pretty regularly. Looks like the Nate Cotilla is maybe a little bit slow. This is going to get pretty chaotic here.
So I do want to point out, Jamie Lipke did pit on lap 49, 1 lap before our leader. And Dylan Simmons now into the pits. He was our leader. We'll see where he falls out. But Jamie Lipke, I don't know how far Jamie Lipke is. 8th and 9th. Jamie Lipke just passed turn 1. I wonder if this will reel her back into this championship battle with Jason Kristen. Jason Kristen is, he's chilling. He's running about a 31.1, not really off the pace. The championship is his as long as he's clean. But Jamie Lipke really pulled off something that I wasn't expecting, Mike. She pitted on lap 49. You see Dylan Simmons coming out of pits right now. Looks like everything is good right there.
Oh, sideways. Simmons is sideways in the grass.
Oh,
hits the wall. It looks like Levi McCart's back up on the track.
No,
he's going to be sideways right in the middle.
That's a yellow.
Everybody misses him, but it is going to bring out the yellow.
That is going to be a yellow.
It looked like Levi got a side swipe there. Let's take a look here.
I don't even know what to say.
Just absolutely.
What?
Absolute. I mean, I turned left now. Good luck, everybody. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
Levi McCarty he has a very long memory, and that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. I should not laugh, but I think Eddie Smith would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think Levi's memory is about 51 laps long, to be honest. So that's going to bring everybody down pit road. And I think did Jamie get back on the lead lap?
Yes, Jamie will get the lucky dog. She was not on the lead lap before the caution, but because Dylan Simmons spun, that lost his lucky dog status and gave it to Jamie Lipke. So Jamie Lipke will be able to go down into the pits on the lead lap and get fresh tires. But Jason Kristen sits in the top 5, looking at the battle off pit road. Let's go to Dylan Simmons right now. He's with Levi McCarty. Is there going to be any fireworks after that?
I was going to say, I don't know if he noticed coming off pit lane, but they are right next to each other. So this could get pretty spicy. We got ourselves a primetime soap opera right now. Oh, it looks like Dylan is got a black flag. Oh, he's got to let everybody go by here.
He's got to let everybody go. He's going to have to go to the back of the field. Still a lap down. Wasn't able to get his lap back after that yellow flag coming out because of him. So he's going to go to the back of the lead lap. I think Darren Price.
He might have gotten a closed pit.
Maybe.
End of the line penalty there.
He was a lap down when the yellow flag came out. And since he spun, he lost his lucky dog status, which then was gifted to Jamie Lipke, who now is back on the lead lap. And it looks like iRacing has put him right behind Darren Price, who's in 9th place. Darren Price is now the lucky dog. If another yellow were to come out, Levi McCarty is in 2nd place after that incident. So
yeah, everybody out of everybody, he came out sunshine and rainbows right there. That's that.
Yeah. So for the folks at home who can't hear what Skylar's saying in the background, if you cause a wreck, you're not in the wreck. But for what Levi McCarty did, I mean, that was racer justice right there. I don't know if race control or the series directors are going to look at that after the race, but it's the last race of the season. I don't know if that will carry any penalties or anything like that. But the pace car, the pace car is in to the pit lane where Wesley Burke with a huge jump. The green flag by Extreme Scoring is down. Jason Kristen on the high side.
Got a misshift in the back, blocking everybody up.
Oh, we did. I wonder who it was. Jason Kristen trying to get into 3rd place. Dylan Simmons, he's going to be a man on a mission now. He has fresh tires. He's a lap down. If he could get up to the front, he could disturb a driver like Levi McCarty. And we got Thaddeus Friel now fighting for that top 4, putting the pressure, going high on Charles Abert. I don't know if it's going to work, but he's definitely putting on the pressure now.
Yeah, he got in super hot on the entry, backed up his exit, and Nate Cotilla is looking to attack now. So Nate Cotilla bringing himself up into the mix.
Nate Cotilla, great to see him out here in that ghost scheme. I think what Skylar said, it's kind of like a summer pop or bomb pop flavor or something like that. Never had it. I don't drink it, but hey, the paint scheme looks cool. And I think he's in a Ford as well. So Skylar probably loves that even more.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Mustang. I run the Mustang, so I give him a thumbs up for that.
What is wrong with you guys? It's clearly Chevy.
Come on now. Yeah.
Never giving up on Chevy. Chevy has done great things. No, I do not.
I have just been informed that Sam may drive a Toyota, so I don't know why.
I do not.
I don't know. That's what I heard.
I drive a Honda.
Well, same thing.
All right, you see how expensive gas is out there? Anyways,
I got a 3/4 ton Silverado, so I don't have much room to talk, but
yeah.
I'm gonna run the Mustang. Come on, I'm a Steve McQueen guy. You got to run the Mustang.
Nah. Everybody is gonna fall down to Chevy, and guess what? It's a Chevy out front in Wesley Burke. Well, Levi McCarty in second after his little racer justice-ish
Yeah.
situation. He's sitting in second, and our championship leader, Jason Kristen, he's in third place in that Mike and Ike Chevy, looking good and in full control of his destiny right now.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to the Mike and Ike's car. That's one of my favorite candies. So good on Jason. I think he's doing that just for me to get some more airtime. Not that he really needs it. He's having a great season. He's putting himself on the box right now.
Yeah, he is. Well, going into lap 67, I really thought Levi McCarty would be a bigger threat to Wesley Burke. Looking at the lap time,
I was kind of thinking the same thing, and they're pretty much leveled out. I mean, it's a tenth between each other, and Jason Kristen is running pretty close to what Wesley Burke is. So, I mean, Levi, maybe he's just hanging out, waiting for the last lap push. Maybe I don't know. It's kind of a. It looks like he's playing conservative, which I didn't think I would see ever.
well, here's the situation that some people can't see. Wesley Burke did not pit under caution, while the rest of the field did. Wesley Burke came down on lap 50 and was running, just had got back on the lead lap before the caution came out. So Levi McCarty has an 8-lap tire advantage, where with something like that here in Nashville, that's massive when it comes down to long run pace.
Oh, brush against the wall there for Levi. You would think that. I mean, obviously we all know how much tire wear is a factor here, but Levi looks like he might be struggling a little bit.
I disagree. I think Levi is playing the long game. So looking at the times, Wesley Burke, our leader, is running 30.5. The rest of the field, down to Jamie Lipke, who's running a 30.6. They're all, that's Levi McCarty. I thought he was about to hit the wall, but he didn't.
I feel like he's really, I don't know. It just looks tight, like he's pushing. I don't know. I'm not used to Levi McCarty looking like he's bothered at all. He just always seems so smooth. But yeah, we got. Let's see, how far back are we? Couple positions. There's a lap car coming up pretty quick. Number 14, Dylan Simmons is coming back into play.
You know what? I think with these drivers not having race control tonight, we've left. There's been some things left into the home drivers' hands, and you know what? I'm gonna call it even. You know, the first. I'm sure Dylan Simmons didn't mean to. No driver means to wreck anybody, but there was that incident in the first few laps that caused Levi McCarty to get wrecked by Dylan Simmons. Dylan Simmons got payback. I'm pretty sure we can agree on that.
I mean, right now it looks like Broadway at closing time, because I feel like somebody's going to throw a punch before this thing's over. It's got to be.
So I'm being told by Sedarius in the chat that Nate's car is supposed to be the barbershop candy cane swirl. Those are a lot of words that I don't know what means, but it looks cool. I like it.
I mean, yeah, red, white, and blue. I mean, you're gonna fit in around here, but it's got to be like a Coast Guard thing, right? Coast Guard, Navy. That seems like a weird thing to be.
No. But hey, the paint scheme is cool. The car choice, not my choice, but I've been outruled 2-1, and I'm being threatened with being muted by Skylar now because I've made fun of the Mustang again. But we continue on because there's a Chevy out front with Wesley Burke.
Wesley he's kind of leveled out with Levi on lap times. Levi and Jason are pretty much running the same thing. So, I mean, one of the strategies is if somebody's on a better tire advantage, just get out front and hope he can hold on to it. So he's got a 2.5 second lead right now. Maybe he can pull this thing off. He's only got 25 laps to go.
Look, I know I know racing with Levi McCarty. He in these next gen cars, he's a serial contender for the next premier next gen series championship here at Goat Locker every spring and fall. So he knows what he needs to do. And I'm sure he's out here testing things for the fall season coming up. Wesley Burke as well is testing his own things for the fall series coming up as well. He was a playoff driver in the spring season as well. Jason Kristen, he's on his way to his first championship here in Go Locker Racing, and he's catching up to Levi McCarty. I don't.
Jason Kristen's up on the rear bumper of Levi McCarty here.
You might be right. I thought he was playing the long game, but maybe Levi is burning his tires just a little
Another
bit more.
push. Man,
Yeah.
and Kristen's going to have a run, a heck of a run. He's going to pull out to the outside and just let him go by.
Yeah, and maybe he has some damage. Maybe that's champion's respect to Jason Kristen. These two all season have been going at it. Jason Kristen was finishing in the top 5 while Levi McCarty was winning the races. But we're doing old school point style here in the Foundation Series. We're not playing no playoffs or chase points. We don't believe in that. We believe in consistency. We believe that consistency is key, and Jason Kristen has been the embodiment of that. So you can win all the races you can, but if you're not getting those results in those races that you may not be the winner in, doesn't mean you deserve to be the champion sometimes.
And I don't want to say it too early, but Jason has kind of closed in a little bit on Wesley Burke. So he has 8 laps fresher tires. Levi's kind of looks like he's fallen back with the fresher tires. So Jason's kind of played a little bit safe. Is he going to have a little bit more at the end to catch up to Burke? And maybe, what better way to win the championship than to win the last race?
Well, we'll see how it is. I mean, it's great to see Jason Kristen really show out. What poetic justice would it be for him to get a win on the final race of the season and clinch the championship? He has to chase down his teammate of Wesley Burke in first place, and catching up is one thing, passing is another, as any racer knows. But I'm sure Jason Kristen is well and fine sitting in the top 5. Like I said, he would have to essentially, for the championship to be lost by Jason Kristen, he would have had to have finished in 9th place while Jamie Lipke won the race for him to lose the championship. And it almost happened. Let's not forget. Yeah, it almost happened where Jason Kristen got through and Jamie Lipke didn't in that early accident 5 laps into the race. If the roles were reversed,
they're right next to each other. I mean, it could have easily happened the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. If roles reversed, we might have been seeing Jason Kristen in the back where Jamie Lipke is, and Jamie Lipke sitting in 1st or 2nd right now, fighting to get the championship. So you got to go where the cards fly, and it's flying in Jason Kristen's direction. Looking at Jamie Lipke, she's pretty much putting in the same lap times as our leaders, but she's running out of time to really maybe make a charge for the championship. It's really up to Lady Luck at this point. Gonna have to have something happen in Jamie's favor to really have maybe a chance at winning the championship. But the hand, pointing out, we're talking on mic, so you can't see my body movement, but I have my hand out, and that's pretty much what Jamie Lipke is doing right now to the championship trophy. She's reaching for it, but as the laps wind down, that trophy is just going away the distance further and further for her, unfortunately.
Yeah, and going back to Jason Kristen real quick, in the NXT series that we had earlier, he followed me the entire race, and he never gave up. He didn't care what the championship situation was. He wanted to win the race. So I don't see him driving safely here. He's got the leader in sight. He's 2.8 seconds, 2.9 seconds behind, but I don't see him just laying over and just being satisfied with second. I feel like if he could get a chance to close in here, he would definitely go for the win because that's just the type of driver that he is.
We'll see. I mean, Jason Kristen is doing what needs to be done right now. We're going to be under 15 to go here. When Wesley Burke crosses the line, we're watching the Mike and Ikes of Jason Kristen sitting in P2, starting to fall off a little bit from the leader, but he just needs to finish in the top 8 to win the championship. Wesley Burke running a clinic on this race today. I'm just going to remind everybody again, he told me he hated this track. He hated this race, and he didn't expect to do well. But somehow he's out up in front, led majority of the laps tonight, and has been putting on a showcase really for everybody on what you need to do to be successful around here. Looking at the Ghostbusters car of Matt Weber's, he's 19 laps down, but he's still logging laps, and that's really what the series is all about, getting as much practice and experience as you can. And looking at the timing screen, he just ran his fastest lap all race. So it looks like Matt has now figured out how to drive this track with this car. And that's really what this series is all about right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we all have lives, we all have real jobs. So maybe this is the only time he can get out here and put in some laps. Put in the time, just like we were talking about Tressel earlier, just putting in laps. The more you run, the better you get, and that's what this is. It's a time for guys to come out here, ride with other people, learn something, and pick up some tenths here and there. And he's doing just that.
Just that, indeed. Looking at Dave Calvert, he got caught up in that incident with Nick Trussell earlier, and he's been essentially relegated to 10th place.
He's back up into the top 10. I mean,
he is
back where he getting up in the top 10. So good run for him still.
Exactly. You know, getting a top 10 after all that happening, and it looks like he might get P9 with 10 laps to go. Nick Trussell is right ahead of him. Nick Trussell trying to
another bounce on the wall there.
He's trying to get control of his car. He's gonna figure it out. I have faith. I have faith in Nick that he'll figure it out. It's not an easy track to learn. Hits the wall again. Not an easy track to learn.
Like I said, sometimes when you're looking in the rear view, you forget to look out the front windshield. So I think that was kind of what was happening there. But good on Nick to just keep putting in laps. I mean, put your head down, get your practice in.
Now, looking at Hayden Muir, I like how Hayden has, maybe that's the rookie stripe on his car, letting everybody know that he's not really used to these cars right here. Hayden's a P14. He's up 3 positions from where he started. So there's always a positive in whatever you're doing. And he's doing what he needs to do to secure a decent finish tonight. He's making his rounds through after having a couple incidents. He slammed that inside wall in the backstretch. Under 10 to go. And good on him for continuing on.
Yeah, 10 to go, or looks like 8 to go. Kristen's fallen off a little bit. McCarty's fallen off quite a bit farther than that, but Thaddeus Friel's starting to kind of creep up into Levi McCartney territory. So maybe Thaddeus can steal a podium from Levi.
Man, he's running about a 10th faster than Levi McCarty. I wonder if Levi got some damage in that process of chasing down Wesley Burke, and now he's just trying to survive for that final podium position. We'll keep our eyes on this battle right here. Would be great to see Thaddeus grab a podium to end out the season, but also Levi McCarty deserves a good finish as well after coming back through the field, even though he did have his little incident. But looking at the rest of the top 5, Charles Abert, he's been sitting in this top 3, top 5 all race. You know, good on him.
Yeah,
for continuing on.
Great run for Charles. I mean, Charles won the amateur ARCA race, and he's running up in top 5 with some really fast, really respectable drivers. So great on him.
Yeah, he's already had one championship locked up. He had an opportunity today to potentially get another championship. But Jason Kristen has been the same as always all season, just complete control of his destiny, solid positioning, solid finishes. He's sitting in P2, and there's not really much that Charles Aber could do. He was a long shot for it. He was 15 points back. Jamie Lipke had a better shot at it than him. But, you know, he still had a championship to fight for, and he did what he needed to do to possibly have a good finish. Just may not be enough for today, as we're going to be under 5 to go, 4 laps left in this race. Wesley Burke trying to get past DJ Patterson. These are those crucial laps.
It's not over for Wesley. He's still got quite a bit of lap traffic up ahead of him to get through. And I would assume that nobody is going to try and interfere with this race, but you never quite know what's going to happen. Obviously, we've had a couple surprises so far tonight.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. That's the lap traffic that Wesley Burke is going to have to navigate as we're 4 to go.
Looked
here
like he hit the wall there.
in Nashville. He did hit the wall there. He gave it a nice scratch. Maybe he's leaving his mark, letting that track know, like, hey, I tamed you tonight. Still don't like you, but here's my stripe for the night.
Yeah,
hit him here on the high side.
The whole race.
I'm sure post-race inspection will need to be looked at that car. I don't know if he's got some, maybe he has that secret Premier Racing setups in that car and we didn't know about it. He's figured out a way to get through iRacing and do that. So there probably will be a post-race inspection on that car, because he's been dominating all race, and he's running 2 to 3 tenths faster sometimes in this race than the rest of the field.
Yeah, he's got those Jeremy Gardner tire hacks, I think, is what's going on. Some kind of up, down, left, right cheat code.
Well, Jeremy Gardner is also a Premier Racing setups driver as well, so maybe Jeremy gave him some tips before the race. And
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh, another little bump there.
Well, it might have happened, but knowing Wesley, he's probably doing this out of spite to this track and just showing his middle finger to every corner as he drives by. We're getting close.
I do have to give him a little bit of a shout out for running the Casey Kane Motorsports 4 there, because I run that, so I got to give him a little props for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said it was a throwback to Carson Hocevar, as we're 1 to go. Presented by Glove Station, Wesley Burke has been the class of the field. Thaddeus Friel is about half a second behind Levi McCarty for P3, as Wesley Burke rounds out turns 3 and 4. We are closing out on our inaugural season here, and Wesley Burke will take the final win for our summer series here in Nashville. And you can see what this win means to him immediately, just wiggling the car, showing how much he despises this track, but he tamed it tonight and he got his win.
Yeah, dominant win tonight. Just a great run for him.
And I would like to say that a Chevy won, so it's probably because of that, but we'll go from there. But he's rounding out. Jason Kristen rocks up the championship. So our champion for the Foundation Series is no other than Jason Kristen. He's going to celebrate his podium with his teammate, the winner, Wesley Burke. You will see him do some burnouts as well. Levi McCarty was able to hold off Thaddeus Friel for that P3 position, as we see our winner and our champion, both teammates, burning it down here in Music City. Well deserved to both drivers. Well deserved to Jason Kristen for an awesome run in this championship. He deserves all the accolades. I think we should take a break, Mike, and we're going to have our interview with our top 3 and our champion right after this.
Thriving job market and low cost of living, plus a wide range of veteran benefits, make Indiana the perfect place for veterans of the United States military to call home. InVets can help you find that home. We're an organization started by veterans to help former service members transition to civilian life in our state. InVets can help you find the community with the career opportunities, housing, schools, and amenities that fit your lifestyle. To learn more about InVets, visit us at invets.org today.
Superior quality, ultimate protection, and the highest level of craftsmanship. We make our gloves for the hard worker that wakes up every morning and gives 110%. You deserve the highest quality protective gear that's going to work for you, day in, day out. We know it can be tough deciding what companies to trust for your hard-earned money. It's all in our name. We've mastered our craft to help you master yours. We make our gloves rugged, durable, and designed for you. Whatever the job is, we have you covered. We are your glove station.
And we're back with our race here in the Foundation Series. Let's take a look at our final results for our last race of the season. It was a great one for everybody at home, I hope. Wesley Burke started in second, but he dominated all race, taking that win for his first of the season. Jason Kristen, our champion, rounds out in P2. Levi McCarty, our pole sitter, finishes out in P3. Thaddeus Friel, the impersonator, sits out in a great P4. Charles Abert, unfortunate, not able to secure his second championship of the season, but he sits out in P5. Jamie Lipke, really unfortunate to be caught up in that accident, had a shot at the title tonight, but will finish in P6. Nate Cotillo with a solid P7, so congratulations to him. Kevin Price, great to see him, our final car in the lead lap. Dylan Simmons, after his little incident with Levi McCarty, we'll hear from Levi shortly about what happened. And Dave Calvert, he finishes out in our top 10.
Finishing in 11th is number 68 of Darren Price. Number 43 of Brock Price finishes in 12th. DJ Patterson in the 26 comes in 13th. Hayden Muir finishes 14th. Nick Tressel in the 022 comes in 15th. Mark Weavers in the number 52 is 16th. And Duff in the number 9, after a strong beginning, ends up in 17th. And then, I clicked the wrong button, so I'm in last. It fits.
Well, let's bring up our winner for tonight's race. Dominated all race. And Wesley, I know you can hear me because I can hear your background. Led 86 laps, and for a driver who told me and said I was lying and saying that he liked this track, you told me you hated it, but you led 86 laps tonight. What's going on?
Well, I do hate it. This track sucks. I mean, it sucks. I don't care that I won. Well, I do care that I won, but I don't. That doesn't change my opinion on it. It still sucks.
Well, I think I'm still going to say that I think you're lying. I think you do like this track because you clearly put on a clinic, and we definitely saw you. You had a little battle with Dylan in the beginning, but you pulled out and was able to command. Then the caution came out. You took command of the lead.
Yeah. Levi was just going really slow there at the beginning, and I guess I just kind of stacked them all off, and Dylan ran him over. I mean, I made a little bit of contact with him because we were just going so slow that Dylan was pushing me, I was pushing Levi, but I got to Levi's outside and just never really looked back from there.
All right. Well, good to hear from your perspective. We'll hear from Levi's perspective soon, who actually got involved. But I mean, talk
Yeah.
us through what this foundation series was for you this season. What did you think of it, and what's your takeaways from it for the summer series?
Um, it was pretty good. Uh, I didn't run much. Let's see. I think I ran Kansas. I'm not sure to be honest. I think I did, but I know I ran Vegas, ran Texas, and I want to say those are the only races I did. But I did watch most of them, I think, on YouTube. But yeah, it was a pretty cool series. I mean, I like the concept. I had actually thought about this concept like a year ago for a league, but so good to see it's actually being used. So
Well, that's awesome to hear. Wesley Burke, our winner for tonight. Who do you have to thank for your first place?
well, obviously I have to thank Lincoln Tech Save 22, Indiana Department of Veteran Affairs, and Vets, and ATL Media. Obviously, personal sponsor, Premier Racing Setups. They have amazing oval and dirt oval sets. I personally love to run the trucks, Next Gen, and Outlaw Micros. Great sets over there, so go check them out at prs.com.
Well, we're gonna have to do a post race inspection because the way you dominated, I'm pretty sure there was a setup from Premier Racing
You don't need
Setups
to do
that. But congratulations on the win, Wesley. We'll see you in the fall, and great running tonight. All right, let's bring up our third place winner for tonight, Levi McCarty. I think, Mike, you got this one right here.
Mr. Levi Rowdy McCarty. Normally, I see you in the number 51 truck. You're in the 118 tonight, but I felt like there was a lot of 51 on the track tonight. Just go ahead and tell us from start to finish how that race kind of played out for you, and if anything dramatic happened, just go ahead and fill us in on what happened there.
Yeah, I was just gonna try to treat this like the next gen Premier Series is coming up. I wanted to kind of attack it like I would a regular season race for that, just to kind of get in the spirit of things. So I qualified and got the pole, and I knew Wesley and the 14 were gonna be racing hard there and pushing. So I kind of just was gonna run my pace on the bottom, and Wesley tapped me once or twice, and then had enough racecraft to pass me on the outside. And the 14 just he wouldn't lay off my bumper, and then he just completely spun me out for whatever reason. And I get back there, no apology or anything, and then he gets on race comms and is like bragging about sending me to the back of the pack. So it's like, okay, whatever, dude. But it's just unfortunate. I didn't mean to get into him there coming out of pit exit. I just kind of lost where I was on the track and didn't see him blending and got into him there. So I mean, I hate that that's how it kind of ended. But I had a lot of damage there and didn't really have anything for Wesley or Jason at the end of the race. And those guys both ran great races.
Yeah, you had an 8-lap tire advantage on Wesley Burke. We thought you were just kind of laying back there. Did it feel tight, or it seemed like you were struggling a little bit with grip there? You just kind of, was that kind of what was happening in your head, or did you just kind of like lay back knowing that Jason was behind you and championship was involved?
Yeah, a minute of damage on the car. I didn't really want to fix it and try to fight back through. I figured if I had a tire advantage, I figured I was just gonna roll the dice on it, and then the first or second lap there, I knew immediately that it was going to be no good, just pushing like crazy off the corner, and then had nothing for Wesley, and then Jason got to me, and there was no sense in holding him up. So yeah, just was hoping to hold on to third there. I know Thaddeus was making a run at the end. I was kind of a little worried about him getting to me, but was able to hold him off and salvage the night.
Well, regardless of how everything turned out, you had a great race. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight for?
Yeah. I appreciate this series and the summer series. A lot of big leagues like this, when they take a break, not running stuff, people don't stay engaged with it. So I appreciate them putting on the summer series and giving us a place to come in and work on stuff. iRacing, MK Fire Design, Sim Motion, Harpoon Design, Zach Graphics, and yeah, just appreciate you guys for the broadcast and had a good time this summer. I'm looking forward to the fall season.
Yeah, and how did you like this series with the different cars? I know you didn't run all of them, but what did you think about the kind of curveball that got thrown into this?
Oh, it's awesome. From day one, the concept is a home run in my opinion. It is a lot of fun. I could do without the ARCA car, but I have made some improvements this summer on that car, so I'm a little bit better there. But yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and I'm happy it's sticking around as a mainstay.
Well, we appreciate you coming out. We all know it's never a dull moment with you around, and we appreciate you. And congratulations on tonight with a third place finish.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the hard work.
All right, we'll go ahead and bring up our champion, Jason Christen. Sam, you got Jason for us.
Yeah, our champion and his first championship here in Goat Locker. Jason Christen, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, Jason, this really shows that, real racing doesn't die just because you aren't the winner every week, and having a playoff 4 and all that mumbo jumbo that we didn't grow up on. Points racing is where it matters, and you came home a champion tonight. Walk us through, what was your mindset? How did you want to walk into this race? And then after seeing what happened to both Jamie Lipke and Charles Aber, what was your thought process knowing that as long as you kept the car clean, pretty much this championship is yours?
Well, I'm honestly at a loss for words right now. I really don't know what to say. This is my first ever championship in league racing, period. So it really means a lot to me that it happened in GLR. Like I can't thank this place enough. But coming into this race, I was more worried about my computer crapping out because towards the end of practice, my computer just randomly shut off for some reason. So that had me more than a little bit worried about finishing, to be honest with you. And I just tried to keep my nose clean, and that's pretty much it. Track position was definitely key tonight, and I really hated to see Jamie get taken out early in that incident. It would have meant so much more had we had a proper battle to the end, but yeah, I'm just extremely thankful right now.
Yeah, you definitely showed your skills out there. We went through the ARCA car, the trucks, I want to call it the Xfinity, but it's the O'Reilly car now, and this next gen car, and you were a mainstay in the top 5, always securing the points that you needed for this championship. And it came down to the last race. Talk us through what the series means. How did you like it? What was the things that really stood out to you and whatnot?
I really love the series as a concept. I honestly can't think of anything that I would change. I mean, going through from ARCA to trucks and then to the Busch Series car and then to the Cup Series car, it has taught me so much about tire management, car control, getting through the field cleanly, avoiding accidents, because there was a fair share of those as well. So yeah, it's been fantastic, and I'm super glad that it's coming back for the fall series or the fall season.
Yeah, you're the inaugural champion for this Foundation Series, so you'll get to defend your title in the fall. Hopefully, that you'll be there with us Friday nights in the fall. Jason Christen, our champion. Who do you like to thank for your finish and championship this season?
Oh, I've got a long list. Jam Printing and Promotions, Lincoln Tech for sponsoring the series, everybody at V-Speed for all of these amazing broadcasts, Alexander PCs, Cruising Classics, GTR Simulators, all of my teammates at SRP, just a great group of individuals, and everybody else at GLR as a whole. Like, it has been such a pleasure to see the improvement out of so many guys. Uh, Brock Price and Thaddeus Friel for just two right off the top of my head. Like, I just love seeing the improvement. And also got to thank my personal sponsors, Pappy's Pet Lodge, Signature Signs and Graphics, Ghost Energy, and a new one that I just picked up this past week, Tornado Talk. More on that later. But yeah, just so thankful.
Well,
Yeah, buddy.
I just have to say, Jason, I had some flashbacks of our little battle at Nashville, and I really wanted to see you get the win. Man, you're so close. You're getting there. Super proud of you, and I couldn't be happier you pulled off this championship. You really deserved it.
Thank you so much, Mike. That means a lot.
Well, Jason Kristen, Skylar has nominated you as the Foundation. That is now your nickname. You're our inaugural champion for the Foundation Series, buddy. Congratulations to you. You've done well. You deserve this. Go have a beer. Go do whatever you got to celebrate. Get your rest, and we'll see you back in the fall. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, no pressure or anything to defend this title now. None whatsoever. But thank y'all so much.
We'll see. Congratulations, Jason. But yeah, Mike, that's a closeout for us right there for the Foundation Series. As you can see, Jason Kristen was our champion. You know, Mike, it's been a great 8 races with you. What have you liked so far with this season?
I mean, this has been such a great first season for the Goat Locker Racing Series, Lincoln Tech. These guys put on a hell of a show for them. It's been so much fun hanging out with you and Skylar up in the booth, and you know, I'm just learning this announcer stuff, so it's been a lot of fun. You pick up some things, you learn just as much as these guys are picking up and learning on the track. So it's just been a lot of fun. Great to see Jason get the championship. So many great battles on the track, and you really couldn't ask for a better series, greater, just all around fun racing environment.
Yeah, you know, this was one of those late night ideas between me and Skylar Daly. Skylar was just like, "Hey, let's do this. Let's try this thing out." And I said, I'll give you the support for it. And after 8 races and 1 full season, we have a champion. We're returning for the fall. If this was your first time watching Goat Locker Racing, look them up on Facebook, any of your social medias, or on Google. There'll be a Discord link where you can join and sign up for our fall series starting on August 24th. Races like the Foundation Series will be there, broadcasted here on V-Speed. But big shout out to Skylar. This was his idea. This was his series. This was his baby. And I'm sure he's glad to see the fruits of that labor come out to bloom. But my name is Sam Yosef. Mike Browning, thank you so much for commentating with me this season. Skylar Daly on production as always. We will see you in the fall.